Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
Okay, that sounds good.
This week we're watching Face of the Screaming Werewolf, because seriously, with a title like that, why wouldn't you? Plus it stars Lon Chaney Jr. playing the role that made him famous one last time. And the plot is pretty intriguing. Under hypnosis, a woman recalls a past life in Aztec times. Who knew Aztec culture was a mix of opera and Morris dancing? Using the woman's information, a team of scientists visits an Aztec pyramid, where they find two mummies.
The way it was explained to me, one is an actual mummified inhabitant of an ancient civilization.
What about the other?
The other is that of a modern man, placed in the pyramid only recently after an exchange of body fluids with the mummy.
Any idea why?
In an effort to achieve an apparent state of death.
That is a weird way to commit suicide.
It has its disadvantages.
It's a setup potent with mystery and a degree of what the fuck's going on here then. But there, the good news pretty much ends. The actual mummy kidnaps the woman and... And that's the end of his plotline, as dramatically satisfying as Schubert's Unfinished Symphony.
Yeah, I got it.
Then there's the modern mummy. More muddy than mummy.
He wants you to steal a mummy.
He's kidnapped by rogue scientists who steam clean him. Another spin cycle. Before bringing him back to life. Because if you're going to reference the mummy, you might as well reference Frankenstein. And then, of course... To be honest, I'm surprised they didn't drop in a reference to Dracula just to complete the set. The werewolf escapes because nobody thought to tie him up. And kidnaps a girl of his own. Which presumably will lead us to some sort of explanation of why a werewolf ended up mummified in an Aztec pyramid after an exchange of fluids with a mummy. Nope, no explanation at all. And at this point, in fact, probably sometime before this point, you'll be asking yourself, is it weird that the two plot lines don't share anything in common except mummies and the inability to tie up in any way, shape or form?
I've always felt that way.
Is it weird that some scenes are poorly dubbed?
Dr. Edmund Redding, who heads the staff at Cowan Research Foundation in Pasadena,
While others aren't dubbed at all?
Doctor, I'm very interested in what I asked you about other people.
Is it just a little curious that the two mummies are never on screen together?
That the second creature must be kept under lock and key.
And in fact, nor are the actors in their respective plot lines. When this man is called to talk at a conference, he's very clearly somewhere else.
Gentlemen, Dr. Edmund Redding.
It's almost as if there are two casts, or indeed two films.
As if some great secret was to be in Revelation.
Yes, director Jerry Warren took scenes from the Aztec Mummy and the House of Terror and stitched them together into a monster so clumsily you can still see the bolts on its neck.
It's great what the imagination can do, huh?
There's no imagination here. It's a hatchet job of the worst kind without a single redeeming feature, and it makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, no offense, of course.
On the bright side, however, it does mean that technically Lon Chaney's last performance as the Wolfman is La Casa del Terror. Which isn't perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than this piece of shit. So, glass half full. Maybe not quite half. If you've got a film you'd like us to review, leave a comment below. Click here to subscribe, here to watch more reviews, or if you'd like to watch the latest episode of Dark Corners Undead, click down there.